The Rumpler RuV-31 was one of the most radical and misunderstood commercial vehicles of the interwar period, a truck that appeared to be decades ahead of its time and challenged almost every convention of heavy road transport in the early 1930s. Developed in Germany under the direction of Edmund Rumpler, an engineer best known for his work in aviation and advanced automobile design, the RuV-31 was never intended as a mass-produced truck. Instead, it was conceived as a high-speed, long-distance freight vehicle designed to solve a very specific logistical problem: the rapid overnight distribution of newspapers. Rumpler's experience in aircraft engineering strongly shaped the RuV-31 from the very beginning. Unlike conventional trucks of the era, which were essentially upright cargo boxes mounted on ladder frames, the RuV-31 featured a fully streamlined, teardrop-shaped body designed to minimize aerodynamic drag. At a time when aerodynamics were still largely ignored in road vehicle design, Rumpler applied principles normally used for aircraft fuselages. The result was a truck capable of sustained high-speed operation with improved stability and reduced fuel consumption, something almost unheard of for heavy commercial vehicles in that period. The RuV-31 was developed specifically for the Ullstein Publishing House, one of the largest newspaper publishers in Germany. Ullstein required a vehicle that could transport large volumes of freshly printed newspapers from Berlin to distant regional distribution points, fast enough to preserve their commercial value. Rail transport lacked flexibility, while conventional trucks were simply too slow. Rumpler's answer was a road vehicle capable of maintaining high average speeds over long distances while carrying a significant payload.
One of the most unconventional features of the Rumpler RuV-31 was its front-wheel drive layout. In the early 1930s, nearly all heavy trucks used rear-wheel drive, but Rumpler deliberately chose to drive the front axle. This solution allowed for a lower cargo floor, improved weight distribution, and better traction under load, especially on wet or uneven roads. Power was delivered to the front wheels through a complex system of half-shafts and universal joints, technology that was extremely advanced for a vehicle of this size and weight, and rarely seen outside experimental or luxury automobiles. The truck was built on a 3-axle chassis and designed to carry a payload of approximately 11,000 pounds. Fully loaded, the vehicle weighed well over 20,000 pounds, placing it firmly in the heavy commercial vehicle category. Despite this considerable mass, the RuV-31 was engineered for speed. Thanks to its streamlined body and powerful engine, it was capable of reaching speeds of up to about 62 miles per hour. For a freight truck in the early 1930s, this was extraordinary. Most contemporary trucks struggled to cruise at 30 to 35 miles per hour and were not designed to sustain high speeds for extended periods. Power for the RuV-31 came from a 12-cylinder V-type engine producing approximately 150 horsepower. This engine provided enough output to move the truck's heavy mass while maintaining high average speeds on long-distance routes. The engine was mounted longitudinally and paired with a specially designed transmission adapted for the front-wheel drive layout. For a commercial vehicle of its time, the power-to-weight ratio was exceptional and was a key factor in allowing the RuV-31 to function as an express delivery vehicle rather than a slow-moving freight hauler.
Because of the truck's unusually high operating speeds, many components had to be specially developed. Continental manufactured reinforced high-speed tires specifically for the RuV-31 to withstand the loads and rotational stresses involved. The suspension was tuned for stability at higher speeds, and the braking system was designed to cope with the longer stopping distances required by a vehicle weighing tens of thousands of pounds while traveling at passenger car-like speeds.
The body of the RuV-31 was constructed using advanced pressed steel techniques, with contributions from manufacturers such as Ambibud in Johannisthal and coach builders in Berlin and Ammendorf. The smooth, fully enclosed body covered the wheels and completely protected the cargo area, shielding newspapers from weather and further reducing aerodynamic drag. This enclosed design also gave the truck a strikingly futuristic appearance that made it stand out dramatically from every other commercial vehicle on the road. Only 2 Rumpler trucks of this type were ever built, the earlier RuV-29 and the more advanced RuV-31. The RuV-29 was powered by a 6-cylinder engine producing around 90 horsepower, while the RuV-31 represented the fully realized concept with its 12-cylinder power plant and higher performance. Both vehicles were operated by Ullstein on long-distance newspaper delivery routes from Berlin to cities such as Magdeburg, Dessau, and other regional centers, often covering hundreds of miles overnight.
Despite their technical brilliance, the Rumpler trucks were extremely expensive to manufacture and complicated to maintain. Their advanced front-wheel drive systems and custom-engineered components required skilled servicing, and the economic climate of the early 1930s made large-scale production unrealistic. As a result, the RuV-31 remained a technological demonstration rather than a commercially viable product. During the Second World War, both Rumpler trucks were destroyed in air raids on Berlin in 1943. No complete examples survive today, leaving only photographs, technical documentation, and period descriptions. This loss has contributed to the vehicle's almost mythical status among historians of commercial and experimental vehicle design. The true importance of the Rumpler RuV-31 lies not in how many were built, but in the ideas it introduced. It proved that aerodynamics could significantly influence heavy road transport, that high-speed freight delivery was possible long before modern highways existed, and that unconventional drivetrain layouts could offer real advantages even in very heavy vehicles. Many of the concepts explored by Rumpler would only become common decades later, making the RuV-31 one of the most forward-thinking commercial vehicles ever created.